this following video, if you are struggling to choose between a Dogo Argentino, also known as the Argentine Mastiff, and an Irish Wolfhound, also known as Cú Faoil, or Wolfdog, we have compiled all the detailed information you need to know to help you make the best choice. So let's begin the fight. Intimidation Factor. The Dogo Argentino was developed by Dr. Antonio Norz Martinez and his brother Agustin in Argentina. Their goal was to create an amazing big game hunting dog that would also be a good watchdog and family companion. They proceeded by mixing the old fighting dog of Cordoba with bulldogs, pointers, Great Danes, Bull Terriers, Irish Wolfhounds, Boxers, Great Pyrenees, Dog-de-Bordeaux and Spanish Mastiffs. An adult male Dogo Argentino stands at a height of 24 to 27 inches at the withers, and weighs between 40 to 45 kilograms. They are large, powerful, athletic, muscular dogs with long legs. The Dogo gives the impression of explosive power and energy. Arguably this may be the strongest and most muscular breed on the planet. While intended for hunting wild boar, these dogs unfortunately entered the fighting ring and have been therefore banned from many countries. Whereas the Irish Wolfhound is an Irish breed of large sighthound, among the largest of all breeds of dog. Up to the end of the 17th century, these tall, slender giants were used for hunting wolves and deer in Ireland. Once wolves had been completely eradicated in the 18th century, the need for such large hunting dogs was no longer as strong and the numbers drastically reduced. Thus in the 19th century, Captain George Augustus Graham was able to create the Irish Wolfhound as we know it today, which is possibly larger than the original, by crossing the best available Irish Wolfhound specimens with other breeds such as Scottish Deerhound and the occasional outcross of Borzoi and Great Dane. An adult male Irish Wolfhound stands at an impressive height of 31 to 34 inches at the withers, and weighs between 55 to 70 kilograms. They have an imposing stature and boast having a perfect balance and a symmetry that gives them their graceful yet muscular look. They are too serene to be fierce guard dogs, but just the sight of them is enough to deter intruders. However, in terms of intimidation, a Dogo Argentino have got all the hallmarks of an intimidating breed as compared to an Irish Wolfhound. So 1 point to Dogo Argentino. Dogo Argentino 1, Irish Wolfhound 0. Bite force. Among the two, the Dogo Argentino pressure bite top 500 psi, whereas in case of an Irish Wolfhound, we didn't have any information with respect to their bite force. However, in our opinion, considering the dog breeds with similar cranial dimensions, we estimate it could be in between 200 to 400 psi. So 1 point to Dogo Argentino. Dogo Argentino 2, Irish Wolfhound 0. Powerful guard dog. The Dogo Argentino is a powerful dog with an amazingly powerful dual personality. He is a loving guardian of his family, including children, and fierce hunter capable of taking on a wild boar. However, due to their stamina, persistence and fearlessness, the Dogo Argentino have also been trained and used for fighting roles for much of its history. Today, Dogos are active in many activities beyond hunting. They have worked as military and police dogs, guide dogs, therapy dogs, and search and rescue dogs. Whereas the Irish Wolfhounds were used for hunting wolves and deer in Ireland, but they are not necessarily a good guard dog. They might be able to ward off any would-be mischief makers because of their size, but they will not be aggressive towards strangers. They are too serene to be fierce guard dogs, but just the sight of them is enough to deter intruders. In our opinion, a Dogo Argentino is extremely ferocious and a powerful guard dog as compared to an Irish Wolfhound. So 1 point to Dogo Argentino. Dogo Argentino 3, Irish Wolfhound 0. Temperament. Despite their horrible fighting history, these dogs can be whatever you make them. They are loyal and loving to their family and at the same time fierce and hostile towards anything that is threatening them or their family. They can be strong-headed and can be a problem to handle if not obedience trained and socialized. They need a strong leader who is willing to put time and training into their pet, as these dogs will look for opportunities to try to take leadership from a less dominant human. Whereas the Irish Wolfhounds are very sweet, patient, friendly and gentle giants. They can be a little wary and aloof around strangers, but these hounds very rarely show any sort of aggressive behavior towards anyone. They are better suited to people who are familiar with how to manage and handle this type of large hound. Once fearless big game hunters, wolfhounds today are the most serene and agreeable of companions. So 1 point to Irish Wolfhound. Dogo Argentino 3 Irish Wolfhound 1. Lifespan. The average life expectancy of a Dogo Argentino is in between 10 to 15 years and that of an Irish Wolfhound is in between 6 to 8 years. So 1 point to Dogo Argentino. Dogo Argentino 4 Irish Wolfhound 1. Exercise and energy levels. Both the dogs are high-maintenance dogs in the exercise department, and they should ideally be owned by active people who will develop their athletic abilities. They must be given plenty of physical exercise to maintain their superb muscle structure and plenty of mental stimulation to satisfy their desire to work and hunt. If any, they ideally need to be taken out for a walk, a minimum of twice a day for a good hour each time. However, in terms of energy levels, a Dogo Argentino has a slight edge over the Irish Wolfhound. So 1 point to Dogo Argentino. Dogo Argentino 5 Irish Wolfhound 1. Friendly with kids and other pets. Both the breeds are known to be good around children's, more especially if they are well bred, even-tempered dogs. In case of other dogs and pets, an Irish Wolfhound gets on well with the family cat and will tolerate being around other family pets they have grown up with, whereas the Dogos were bred to work well with other dogs without showing aggression, but they can still show aggression, which is why it's important they be introduced to each other slowly and carefully to make sure things go smoothly. So 1 point to Irish Wolfhound. Dogo Argentino 5 Irish Wolfhound 2. So the winner between the two hunters is the Argentine Mastiff, Dogo Argentino.